Maximus, the horror, make the better faces, 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 places, places, bosses, losses, Maximus, the horror, make the better faces.
Yeah, I was in the overflow courtroom, but they have the big monitors there, so you can see what's going on in the actual courtroom where Sean Diddy Combs and the prosecution and his defense team, where they are sitting. And I was sitting in the third row in that overflow, so I could see that monitor clearly. I have to tell you, when the judge came in, everybody was in court, the judge came in, and within moments the judge said bail is denied. And it appeared by the body language and by the look on the attorneys' faces, as well as Sean Diddy Combs, they were surprised by that. They thought that they really had a good argument that he should be able to be released pending sentencing, and they thought because he was convicted of the lesser charged, and they're saying that sentencing guidelines require that he receive a lower sentence, a shorter sentence, and that it also would require that he be released on bail. The judge did not agree with that, and he was very clear about that. But the interesting thing here, Sharon, when we were sitting in the courtroom listening to this, what the judge ended up doing, the judge ended up quoting the defense from their closing arguments, as well as different things that they had said during the trial, and they used the defense's own words against them as his reason and as proof as to why Sean Combs should not receive bail. So I'm going to go over some of those with you here right now. First of all, he said that he totally disagreed with the defense that the crime that he was convicted of does not warrant detention. He goes on to say, look, during the trial, the defense conceded Sean Combs' violence, that it did in fact happen. Quote, it happened. We own the domestic violence. That's what the defense said when it was talking to the jury. The defense also referred to the Cassie Ventura video, that infamous video where he is brutally beating her in the hallway of that hotel room. And the defense's words during the trial, imagine it's horrible. This is what the defense is saying to the jury. It's horrible for Miss Ventura and her parents. Quote, domestic violence is the issue here with this case. The video is very much domestic violence. The judge saying those very words that Sean Combs' defense attorneys told that jury is proof that, quote, he is unable to show the court that he is not a danger to others if he is released on bail. So
Linda,
his defense attorney, one of his primary defense attorney, Agnifilo, he stood up and he put on the best case that he could, the best argument he could to receive bail, saying, look, he surrendered his passport, he would only be traveling to certain jurisdictions in New York and Florida, New Jersey and California, and we will stipulate other conditions if the court would implement any other type of conditions. The prosecution then got up and said, I want to give you a couple of quotes from the prosecution because they were very passionate about this. The prosecution got up and looked at the judge and said, Judge, the only thing about this man that is exceptional is, quote, his wealth, violence, and brazenness. He has shown no remorse, and there is no basis to release him on bail. And the judge agreed. So he is going to remain in prison behind bars until he is sentenced. Now, right now, as you were talking at the top there, Sharon, the sentencing, the judge originally scheduled that for October 3rd. However, his defense attorneys, they want to expedite that get and they want to have it sooner, and they are going to have a hearing that's going to be held next Tuesday, July 8th.
Linda, thank you so much for that update. Let me just tell you, I have some new information to bring you. We are just getting some information about what Combs said to his family after bail was denied. And according to the Fox News channel, he turned to address his family. He said, quote, we will make it through this. Love you all. I feel good. See you when I get out. See you when I get out. And he had his hands together as if he was praying. So we'll see, Linda, you know, all the remarks that you were making had me wondering This judge was pretty tough on bail, really listening carefully to those closing arguments and using, as you mentioned, the defense's own words against him. I wonder if this will have any impact on sentencing itself. As you know, Combs facing 2 10-year maximum sentences that could be served concurrently. So we'll see if this has any, we can read the tea leaves and see what this could mean for how many years behind bars Combs will be facing on these charges.
Well, you know, the judge did talk about that too, and he said, quote, the two sides here have a great divide on what it is they think his sentencing should be. First of all, let me go to my notes here. The defense says that the sentencing guidelines for what he has been convicted of is 21 to 27 months in prison. So that would be about 2 years, and he has already been behind bars for 10 months. So that would mean that he would end up going to prison for just over 1 year. That's what the defense says. The government says the sentencing guidelines require a sentence of between 51 and 63 months, which is just over 4 years to just over 5 years. So you can see there a great divide. But his defense, when they were positioning their argument, they also said to the judge, as far as any type of bail and as far as sentencing goes, that he has been, quote, a model prisoner since he's been in prison, that his record has been spotless, he has been, quote, a remarkable prisoner, that he has lived up to his obligations, and that, quote, I think we should trust him. He is not going to flee. The judge did not buy that argument.
Linda, thank you so much. We appreciate your coverage and your reporting on this. And everyone else who's been watching our live coverage from our YouTube channel and our Fox Local app, keep it right here, because if we get any updates, we'll cut right to it. If we hear from the attorneys, family members, or anyone else on this very significant day for Sean P. Diddy Combs as he heads back to MDC tonight and we await his sentencing. Thanks so much for staying with us. Keep it here.
Over here. Podium over here. Podium over here. Come on. Sir, can you tell us how about Sean's field?
I can tell you that I talked to Sean. For those of you who know, I've known him for almost 20 years, and he's thankful, he's relieved, and he thanks the jurors. I think the jurors did what jurors do, which is they saw through an overcharged, overzealous, kind of a crazy prosecution, and they did the right thing. And that's why, you know, when people talk about tyranny and fascism and everything else, as long as you've got a jury system that works, that's what separates us from the rest of the world. And Sean is thankful. As a helicopter parent, I couldn't be prouder, and I'll let them talk. I don't want to steal their thunder.
Were you surprised, though, that he was denied bail? That doesn't really, the bail, I think, is besides the point. He was acquitted of the trafficking. He was acquitted of the RICO. Those were always, I thought, as an observer, a ridiculous use of taxpayer resources. This case was never what it was made out to be. This case was ridiculous in so many different ways, and I'm just thankful that the jury saw through it.
But he's still facing prison time. Is he fair?
Sean is, you know, the interesting thing about prison is it's a timeout, and he's had a lot of time to reflect, and he's in a good place mentally, and frankly I'm proud of him. And by the way, for those of you who may miss it, the defense didn't put on a single witness. The defense tried their case within the prosecution case. And at the end of the day, it's a colossal failure by the prosecution.
It's not a party till we're all here. All right. Thank you all for being patient. Am I speaking loud enough? You all can hear me okay? All right. Today's a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You saw that the Southern District of New York prosecutors came at him with all that they had. They're not stopping, but one thing stands between all of us and a prison, and that is a jury of 12 citizens. And we had a wonderful jury. They listened to every word, and they got the situation right, or certainly right enough. They acquitted him of the sex trafficking, which he was absolutely innocent of. They acquitted him of the racketeering conspiracy that he was absolutely innocent of, and all of the components to it. The kidnapping, he was innocent of that. The arson, he was innocent of that. The obstructing justice, he was innocent of that. And that is no longer just me saying that. That is the verdict of our jury. So today's a great day. Today is a win. Today is a victory of all victories for Sean Combs and our legal team. And I want to say one thing. There are very few people around whom a legal team could coalesce and become one. And Sean Combs is that person, and we are all blessed to be part of it. And I am now done speaking to you, and I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Garagos.
All right, I first want to thank my client, Sean Combs, for trusting us, myself and everybody here, this incredible dream team that he put together. Without him, we would not have been able to do this. He is incredible, and I want to thank him. I want to thank the jury for putting such great care into this case. They came early every single day, and I want to thank them, as I said in my opening, standing between all of us and the drastic consequences of the criminal convictions of sex trafficking, and RICO is a jury of our peers. And I thank them. I want to thank the judge, and I want to thank, despite the terrible conditions at the MDC, I want to thank the good people who worked there, who ensured that we had sufficient amount of time to prepare for trial. It is extremely difficult to prepare for a federal case in the conditions at the MDC, and they did everything they could to make that happen. I want to thank them. I also have been saying this since the beginning of this case. Sean Combs has not sexually assaulted anybody. I've been saying this for months. We've said it with each lawsuit that came out, and today that was proven true. The media got it wrong about Sean Combs every single day for nearly 2 years. I ask that for every time you guys see a civil lawsuit, criminal complaints or criminal indictments, you actually take a look and analyze these and see whether or not these are actually going to stand up in a court of law, because today they did not. He has not sexually assaulted anybody, certainly hasn't sex trafficked anybody, and the jury found that today. Thank you. I am now going to pass this over to Mr. Steele.
Good evening. Good evening. I want to thank the ladies and gentlemen to my right and my left. There is not a better group of honest and ethical, hardworking and zealous lawyers, and I especially wish to thank Mark and Tenny for allowing me and everyone else to come together. On behalf of my family, myself, I wish to thank you all for being here and writing truthfully about a man wrongly charged with most of the crimes, and that we all must remember that allegations are nothing. And I'd like to thank Sean for letting me be here. Thank you all. God bless you.
What did your client want to say when he raised his hand?
Thankfully,
Thankfully, in our country, we have a right to a jury trial. And thankfully, Mr. Combs took that right. He actually battled for his freedom, for his innocence. He did it. And a lot of times, you know, people are too afraid to do it. And he did it, and we're so happy that he did. We're proud of him. We are completely honored that he put his faith and his trust in us to fight for him. Today is a major win to show what the system can do. We appreciate and we're so thankful to the jury. Thank you to the court. Thank you, New York. It's been a pleasure being here and fighting in your district. Thank you so much. And listen, we appreciate the media. We do. There was a lot of reporting on the accusations. There was a lot of reporting on the indictment. Please report just as vigorously on the acquittal of these counts, please, because that's also the right thing to do. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Good afternoon, good afternoon. So first of all, I want to thank this wonderful team behind me. I am so happy that they allowed me to join it. I would like to say that I've done a lot of trials, but this is probably the most special one to me. And most importantly, I want everyone to know the job is not done yet. We're not finished, the job is not done yet. And so I want to again thank Mark, Tenny, and the rest of these wonderful lawyers behind us. They did a fantastic job. And like those before me have said, our system, the jury system, is important. We need good people to serve on juries. We need good people to come and say a person is not guilty. Take that courage to do that. It's okay. We want you to serve on juries. This particular jury was a special jury. It was fantastic. It listened, it paid attention, it put the nonsense to the side, it put the distraction to the side, and came to a lawfully good, just conclusion. Juries are important. Juries are important. But more important than that, I think, is people wanting to be on juries. So for all of you all listening, for all you out there in the public, please accept the call, become a juror, and do the right thing. Thank you very much.
You sure?
Yeah.
It is such a privilege to be a part of this legal team, this amazing legal team, and to represent Sean Combs. And this is a reminder to everyone, I hope, about the flaws in the criminal justice system, and for everyone to take a second look when the government charges people with crimes, and especially when the Southern District of New York does here. And so I hope everyone takes that seriously. And we take this as an enormous victory and win. This is a huge win. He was acquitted of sex trafficking, acquitted of RICO conspiracy, and he will be able to sleep well at night knowing that. Okay, thank you to everyone. I appreciate you.
What did you think about the bail decision? Jason.
Guys, can any of you share what Mr. Combs
Awesome. Get up there. Jason as well.
Well, I want to start just by thanking my family and the families of each of the lawyers here for giving us the space and the time to serve Sean and to fight for Sean. I want to thank the court for giving us a fair fight. And you see what happens when you have a good defense team come together in front of a court that gives the defense team a fair fight. And finally, I just want to thank Sean for giving me the honor and the privilege of serving him. Thank you.
I feel like there's not a lot more that I can say because of these wonderful people have really said all there is to say, but I do want to thank Sean for the privilege of this opportunity to help him clear his name after all, with the Southern District coming after him guns blazing. It really is a testament to the fact that when you get a fair trial and a jury of your peers listens to the evidence, they will do the right thing. And I just want to say again how proud I am to be part of this team and to have helped Sean get a just verdict.
Are you going to appeal the Manning? Guys, can anyone share what Mr. Combs wanted to say in court when he raised his hand during the bail hearing? Does anyone know?
No.
Can you talk about the bail decision and the judge using defense's own words during trial about violence?
I'm not going to talk about the bail decision because it's still a pending unresolved matter. And I don't think we're going to take any more questions. I want to thank you all. You guys have been so diligent and dedicated. I pass you guys in the rain. I walk by you in the sun, and you're all out here every day. I just want to thank you. But I don't think we're going to take any questions.
Can you take us through the ups and downs of the day, though? Because Mr. Combs got acquittals on the major charges. Maybe thought he could go home tonight, and then was told he couldn't.
So a lot of these things are still in process. I mean, the one thing I'm going to leave you with this: we are not nearly done fighting. We are just getting started. To win this and to defeat the prosecutors from the Southern District of New York takes effort from beginning to end. Today was a major step in the right direction, but we fight on, and we're going to win, and we're not going to stop until he walks out of prison a free man to his family. Thank you all for coming.
S is for blind. S is for blind. S is for blind.